We've all had it drilled into us, get your 8 hours of sleep. But what if that's just wrong? Today, we're going to dive into the science of what actually makes for a good night's rest. And spoiler alert, it has way less to do with the clock than you probably think.
Okay, tell me if this sounds familiar. You do everything right. You go to bed on time, you hit that magic 8-hour number, and you still wake up feeling like you've been hit by a truck. Groggy, foggy, just completely exhausted. It is so frustrating, right? And you start to think, what am I doing wrong here?
Well, I'm here to tell you you're totally right to question it. The science is actually crystal clear on this. The problem isn't the number of hours you're in bed. Not at all. It's all about what's going on, or maybe what's not going on, inside your brain during that time. All right, so let's break this down. The whole thing really boils down to this big battle that happens every single night in your bed. Quantity versus quality. And believe me, understanding this hidden story is the key to figuring out why you feel the way you do every day.
So, on one hand, you've got quantity. Pretty simple, right? That's just how many hours your head is on the pillow. But on the other hand, you have quality. And that's a whole different beast. That's about how truly deep, restorative, and uninterrupted that sleep actually is. And let me tell you, these two things, they are not the same. Not even close. And this whole story has a main villain. Its name? Fragmented sleep. See, this is when your sleep is constantly getting broken up by these tiny little interruptions. We're talking so small, you probably don't even remember them in the morning. But here's the thing. Every single one of those little interruptions stops your brain dead in its tracks, preventing it from finishing its essential repair work, even if you technically slept for 8 hours. I love this analogy. It's perfect. Think about trying to fill a bucket with a leaky hose. You can leave that water running for a full 8 hours, but if the hose is full of holes, what happens? The bucket never gets full. It's just empty. Well, that empty bucket, that's you. That's your brain and your energy for the whole next day. Okay, so we've established the problem is fragmented sleep. So what's the flip side? What does that high-quality, uninterrupted sleep actually do? I mean, what is our brain supposed to be up to all night while we're out cold?
The best way to think about it is like a highly specialized cleanup and repair crew that comes in to work on your brain every night. Seriously. First, you get light sleep. That's kind of like the crew showing up, clocking in, and just winding things down. But then the real work starts. You've got the deep sleep stage. That's for all the physical repairs. And then you've got REM sleep, which is in charge of sorting through memories and processing all your emotions.
And if you look at how a typical night breaks down, you can really see why the quality is so important. Look at deep sleep and REM sleep. Those are the real powerhouses, the most restorative parts of the night. But together, they often make up less than half of your total sleep time. So you can imagine if those smaller, super important chunks get interrupted, poof, you've just lost the biggest benefits of the entire night.
So this all leads to the million-dollar question, doesn't it? What's causing all these interruptions? Who are these modern-day villains that are messing with our sleep and robbing us of that deep, restorative rest we so desperately need?
Well, while there are a bunch of things that can mess with our sleep, science really points the finger at two main culprits. And honestly, they're pretty much everywhere in modern life. I'm talking about the blue light from all our screens and that chronic stress that so many of us carry around all day and take right to bed with us. Let's look at exactly how these two sabotagers do their dirty work. First up, blue light. From your phone, your tablet, your laptop. It basically tricks your brain into thinking it's still daytime. And when your brain thinks it's day, it physically blocks you from getting into those deep sleep stages. It's a no-go. And then you've got stress. Stress keeps your brain on high alert, stuck in that fight or flight mode. This makes it almost impossible to relax enough to get into REM sleep, which, remember, is where all that vital emotional processing is supposed to happen.
So, when you put all this together, it's pretty obvious we've been looking at sleep all wrong. It's time to completely rethink how we approach it. We need to stop obsessing over counting hours and start focusing on what actually matters, protecting our sleep cycles. This is it. This is the main takeaway. If you remember one thing, remember this. The goal isn't just to sleep longer. The goal is to sleep deeper. It's about finally letting that restoration crew in your brain get a full, uninterrupted shift. And what that means for you is that the single best strategy you can have is to become a guardian of your sleep cycles. Yeah, think of it like your new mission. Your job is to find and shut down those saboteurs, the blue light, the late night stress, all the things that are constantly poking holes in that leaky hose we talked about.
So I'll leave you with this question. Just think about your own evening routine. What's the one thing, just one, that you could realistically change, starting tonight, to start protecting your brain's nightly reset? Because the answer to that simple question, well, it just might be the key to finally waking up feeling rested.